Hey guys, first regardsman here. I'm probably talking about a buffed Combi Melta gun build for the tactical class in patch 11.0 Space Marine 2. Now this was recorded on the public test server, but most things do remain the same between the public test server and the live patch. If there is a huge discrepancy, I will make another updated guide at some point, but for now, this should be pretty accurate. Now, the Combi Melta got a fat base damage buff this patch. It feels way better now. The Combi Melta was like super underperforming in patch 10.0, and the Melta rifle portion and the bolt rifle portion both feel significantly stronger at the moment. And for the perk tree, I pretty much pick up all the headshot perks, including things like tactical precision, because this perk here, headshots dealing 20% more damage and non-headshot damage decreasing by 10%. This perk will lower the Melta rifle portion of your gun in like terms of damage, but it really doesn't matter too much because, to be honest, the Melta rifle portion is primarily useful for things like having stagger and triggering stuff like rapid health. And as far as like damage goes on it doesn't matter too much whatsoever in my opinion. Now the rest of the perks I take here are things like Adamant Hunter for a headshot damage buff or low HP, and things like Able Reload, and of course the perk here, Recoupment. Killing a majority level or higher enemy with a headshot with this weapon restores an armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This perk is good on basically every single gun it is on. It's also like right in the way of the perks we actually want to take regardless, so a really strong option here. Next perk down here is Great Might, and then I pick up the perk Adamantine Grip, moving into the perk here, Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores health by 10%. This is some of the only HP healing the tactical has whatsoever. Really great option for us, and it's also very easy to trigger this with the Combi Melta because we do have, you know, a fucking Melta gun attached to our gun, so pretty self-explanatory there. Next perk here is Headhunter, moving down here into the perk Extended Magazine, and the final perk I grab is Divine Might. Now I will say, if you want to skip Divine Might here and take increased capacity instead, you can definitely do that. This will up the total number of shots you have in your Melta portion of this weapon, but for me, I don't think that's too important, so I do skip over this one for damage instead. But if you want to do that, you definitely can, and that's up to you, and that is pretty much all there is for the Combi Melta portion of this gun. Now for the secondary weapon here, I did take a standard bolt pistol firepower variant. This weapon got a fat base damage buff across all relic tier variants. Unfortunately, the heroic bolt pistol did not receive a base damage buff, at least as of the PTS. And maybe in the live patch they buffed this one too, but for now, these are better in my opinion. It also has an equivalent gun strike damage across all of these variants of the heavy bolt pistol now, which is a pretty nice bonus. And to be honest, the bolt pistol is kind of like the best in slot option for a bolt secondary at the moment, and it's kind of power crept the heavy bolt pistol currently. Now for the perk tree here, I do pick up the bottom tree first with things like Retaliation, moving down here into Gunstrike Reload, Divine Might, all the way up into the perk Elite Hunter. After killing a majority level or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots will deal 50% more damage for 10 seconds. This perk is incredible. A 50% headshot damage buff is insane, and a 10-second uptime is a very long uptime, but keep in mind, this will trigger off a finisher, not just a melee kill. And to actually trigger this perk, you do have to have the bolt pistol equipped, and if you swap off the bolt pistol for any reason during the 10-second uptime, you will lose the effect, and that's pretty much all there is to this one. And the final perk I grab is Headhunter. Now for my melee weapon selection here, I did take the newly buffed Power Gladius. In patch 11.0, they actually buffed up the heroic perk effect here, Agile Strike. Now, this one reads, after a perfect dodge, the next melee attack deals 120% more damage and can be stacked up to 3 times. In patch 11.0, the effect from this will linger for 1 second after the initial attack, so you don't like waste it instantaneously, and on top of that, they removed the damage cap in this game, or changed it a bit, so you can reach way higher damage numbers, and this weapon does a ludicrous amount of damage. Now, whether this will stay from the PTS into the live game, at like the ridiculous numbers it's at currently, I'm not super sure, but either way, it is way better than it was previously, and this weapon is pretty damn strong regardless. Now, next perk here is Perpetual Strength, moving into the perk here, Kinetic Energy. Then I pick up the perk here, Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength, and move all the way down the line through things like Heavy Onslaught, the perk Shadow Stab, of course, for single target damage. And then I pick up something a little different down here with Extremis Slayer and Hard Target. While performing a light combo, you take 15% less range damage. This weapon does have a 7+ speed, so having an increase, you know, like triggering this perk is actually pretty easy for us here. And 15% less range damage is pretty good for us, especially on a class that usually has no damage reduction whatsoever, and it's just like a little bit of a bonus here. That's pretty much all there is for the Power Gladius setup. Now for my perk tree here, I do take balance distribution first. Your primary weapon deals 10% more damage, but your secondary weapon deals 10% less damage. This does help out our bolt rifle portion quite a bit and also makes up for our lost damage on the melter rifle portion. If you want to take a plasma pistol instead and pick up plasma boost or something like that, or even crack and penetrator rounds, you definitely can. I decided to take this one today. Next perk here is heightened vigor. After a perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you deal 10% more melee and gun strike damage, and you don't lose control from heavy hits and can't be knocked back for 10 seconds. No knockback in Space Marine 2 is very strong, and a 10% melee damage and gun strike buff on top of that is kind of insane. This perk is top tier for sure and by far the best in this whole column. And the next perk here is of course Emperor's Vengeance. Killing a majority level or higher enemy restores your primary weapon's ammo by 1 magazine. Cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity. Cooldown is 30 seconds. Now this perk will restore 1 Melta shot per execute every 30 seconds, so really good for our build here. It also just keeps your ammo economy topped off at all times. The next perk here is Aligned Aim. Range damage increases by 15% for all of your squad members. Now, this perk is obviously worse than Secure Stockpile because 60-second Melta Bombs, Crack Grenades, and Shock Grenades, even Frags, are just kind of OP. But I think this one's just a ton of fun to use, really builds into your bolt portion, and honestly, making your weapons hit super hard on headshots feels really good, especially versus Tyranids, which is why I like to pick this one up. The next perk here is Vital Data. Scanning Extremist or Terminus level enemy restores your Auspex scan charge by 50%. This perk is really good because it just gives you more Auspexes versus the things you actually want Auspex, which are Extremis and Terminus level enemies. Now, the perk I take after this is Precise Calibration for a 75% damage buff from our Auspex scan with a reduced radius of 25%. Now, some people may prefer Battle Focus. Both of these are very strong perks and by far the strongest in this column. It really is up to you, but combining this perk over here with Concentrated Fire, which is a 60% last for longing Auspex on top of an additional 120% damage buff, these two do combine to make your Auspex damage buff tremendous. Really fun to use in a team and by yourself, and it's like some pretty hilarious combos you can do with this and just basically one-shot certain enemies, and honestly, I just like the setup a lot. Next perk here is Radiating Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant area effect damage in a 10-meter radius. Cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk overperforms all the time. It will wipe out Majora's packs, Extremis packs, and even kill a boss occasionally. Really good option, and pretty much every time this thing detonates, it will just overperform for you, and it's by far the best in this whole column still. Now, for the Prestige perk tree, I do pick up Acuity for the headshot damage bonus because we do have a bolt rifle. Then I pick up Skill Supplier, which does increase our Melta portion of our, total ammo reserves on our bolt rifle Combi Melta. And the final perks I grab are Resilience for more HP from our stims and Fortitude for a health increase of 15%. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Combi Melta feels way better in this patch. It's not like a super ultra top tier gun by any means, but it is definitely usable, totally viable on both Chaos and Tyranids. It's also just a pretty hilariously epic weapon at times because shooting a Melta at the bottom of your gun is pretty awesome, even though I am pretty sure this thing was supposed to be an auto bolt rifle because, if you look at the actual skin for this, it's still the same as this one, so I don't know what they were doing here. I guess they just figured that the perk tree on the auto bolt rifle was too shit to be granted a heroic weapon, but we'll see what they do with that one day. But for now, that is the Combi Melta build. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy, guys. Here's some gameplay. Bye. I'm actually really gonna be killing these guys.
Another Xenon fireform eliminated. Fresh magazine in. Throwing frag grenade. Made our Primarch proud.
Definitely feels like they lowered the bloom on this thing too on top of the recoil, because Combi Melta in patch 10 was pretty god-awful for bloom. Feels a lot better now.
The ship will hold until we evacuate. Prime variant Tyranid warriors.
That's a lot, guys.
Cannons are the Imperium's wrath made manifest. It's tempting to fire these cannons at the nearest Xenos vessel. Brace yourself, brothers! More are incoming! Swapping magazine. Subterranean Xenos below us. Stay dead. Target seeks to mobilize reinforcements. Eliminate. Pathetic tyranny of God. Reloading. Target is rallying reserve forces. Halt it! All specs prime.
FTG, what's the best loadout Titus can use to reclaim the lost worlds of Ultramar? Well, I mean, depends. Probably being a named character is number one. That's the best loadout. Not for Akaran, though. But being the darling of Games Workshop definitely helps. Combi Melta's almost good. I'd say it's good now. Whoops. It's definitely good now. It might not be like God tier or anything, but it's definitely good. Not a bad weapon by any means.
Activating all space advantage. You are fertilized now, Xenos.
How the power of Gladius goes crazy. Powerful weapon. Max, thank you for 2-month sub. For 3 months. What's up, Max?
The bridge is lost, as are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the Ordnance Depot. Calculating a new route based on your report, Teraton.
What helmet is that? It's the base helmet for Primaris for me. I know it's been a while since I've used a base helmet. It looks new, doesn't it?
They were overrun by the Xenos brood.
Also, guys, we have a new emote. Froggy made me one. New little Blood Angel smile on the Twitch. I thought that was pretty funny. She was kind enough to give me one. Just need to fix the zoom in the melt a bit. It's not too bad.
Console in front of you to bypass the security protocols.
Oh, that didn't perfect dodge him. That did. Oh, the power Gladius damage.
This lictor stalks the battlefield no more. Exterminate. Location marked. Rearming.
Didn't even recognize it. I know the base Primaris helmet looks like it's been unseen for so long. Nobody uses this shit for a reason.
Lifters arrived.
I think Primaris look pretty cool though. Minus like the gaps on their armor.
Disgusting tyrannies.
For 4x and the Raven Guards.
We have confirmation that Combat Squad Phaedrus is lost. I need a mission status update from all remaining.
You guys hear they're not planning on adding lightning claws currently to this game? How sad. How tragic.
Along newly advised path. Combat Squad Octavia.
Let's need to fix the zoom in the melt a bit. It's not too bad. You know, if you could like properly swap zoom, that would be nice.
You are nearing the reactor cooling hole. Report on its condition, all squads. We have updated our battle stratagems. Peraton, reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talassa, your new orders are to destabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Peraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency flash shields.
Right, oh
Oh shit, that's a lot of guys. That thing definitely slaps. Like, the bolt portion is way better on this now. I mean, we did build like all damage perks on it, but still, it feels like a proper gun. It was real ass before. Alright, coolant rods. I like those. I don't like those. I'm shooting them, but
concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods.
Look for weak spots and focus fire. No more surprises from this. Shock grenade!
the lag. So many goddamn extremists here. Jesus. Yeah, those guys are really homing, aren't they?
Pathetic tyranny.
That's a little rude.
Swapping magazine.
Oops. I hate when they do this. See, that would have been the perfect aspects right there. Tragically no, though. See, we're all maxed. Now I need to land. That's all I need to do. That would have been perfect.
The rods are our targets. Reloading. All specs prime. Arc visual incoming.
That's the power gladius for you.
The hive mind low tower. Ravena, watch the ground. You are fertilizer now, Suros. Wherever the glow of the Kuran rods bleeds through, fire there.
Honestly, see that damage buff? That's a reasonable trade-off for having a balance window. I feel like the other ones are not very reasonable. Like, it doesn't like feel super good to use some of them. I'm gonna use that. Go back up to that box in a second, but at least we can actually shoot these off for once. This part sucks ass on a elite class. Solo, anyways. Let's see. Why they haven't added Iron Warriors solar pattern is completely baffling. We have every Chaos chapter logo because Iron Warriors are the worst Chaos. Chaos Legion, of course. This Chaos Word Bearers. Where are we going? Where are we going? Alright, it's not over there. It's over here. No. Okay, it must be like the actual shitty one. Oh, I know where it is. Sometimes it hides this one from you. There it is. See?
Keep destroying the rods.
Registering extreme temperature
Is FCG a loyalist or heretic enjoyer? I'm definitely a loyalist enjoyer. I think most of the loyalist chapters are more interesting. Or legions. And you ask? And what year it is?
Access granted at the bridge console.
Like, following a Chaos God just seems so unbelievably bitch-made to me that I just cannot bring myself to care about any of them. Night Lords maybe, and like Iron Warriors sometimes because they yeah, Alpha Legion. They're really getting those for dollars in this level? They sure are. Leopard Bean.
Ammunition cache here.
Alright, let's just get me out of here. This is by far the worst portion of the map. Not a big fan of this one. Probably way better with other players though.
Throwing shock grenade. Changing magazine. Kill that foe, lest it summon aid.
How you kill him so fast? Ow. Yeah, the damage on the Power Gladius is nuts. I just want the new patch to come. That's all I want at this point.
Reloading.
Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged.
Oh god.
Stealthy Xenos can hide, but not get lost.
Run me over, why don't you?
Array are clogged.
A relic? That's nice.
Gun beast, take it down. Resist the Tyranid wave.
Can't wait to miss all my sniper shots on the new sniper. I don't know why people say that thing is OP. Like, it's really good, but there's definitely a skill cap on it. Like, most players are gonna miss every fucking shot. Like, let's be real.
Picking up extra respect.
Identify blockages.
Especially versus Chaos. Like, Chaos has weird as fuck hitboxes. Yeah, the Chaos Spawn, they do have hitboxes now, but
Activating all specs advanced.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Exterminate. Changing magazine.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos
finally.
organisms.
It's Esther versus Tyrannus, but the Chaos Spawn will make it pretty clunky. You know, the Chaos Spawn of weird hitboxes, the Mula Vortex Beast hitbox is like, I barely even know it's a headshot multiplier bonus versus him. I tried it on the Instigator, it was like, it was not doing it.
Plasma reactor shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation. Talasa, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task.
I was really hoping for a no charge last Fuseless update. Shame. Well, you kind of get like a little different benefit. The targeted shot perk, that little bit of time that it can last extra, that will actually function now. On the one thing.
Talasa, have you received word from our brother in Combat Squad Heraton? His approach vector
That will function with the new targeted shot buff on the last Fusel if you shoot fast enough. So if you use a rate of fire last Fusel and the
Nothing from Heraton.
low HP velocity perk, you can actually get double bonus from the targeted shot. Pretty funny.
With the overheating reactor, the Tyranids will refocus their efforts.
Okay.
This is ill-advised, Talasa. If you do not rig the reactor to detonate,
Send me
the
in, send
cyclonic
me in.
warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead.
Message received, Octavio. Silence that vermin's call for more of its foul. Rearm it. Pathetic tyranny of vomit.
You know Froggy calls us Spaceman too, right? She calls Space Marine Spaceman. Consistently.
Fresh munitions.
I love the heroic knife. It might be the best knife in my opinion, even better than the block if you're good at dodging. I think block has too many benefits to be...
All specs is
I mean, in some ways one's better. Throw for certain things.
disgusting tyranny scum. Target seeks to mobilize reinforcements. Eliminate.
For boss damage, it's definitely better.
Fresh magazine needed. Zone throw. Beware its mind bend.
Well, I want the other one, but okay.
Exterminated.
That's pretty good damage.
Xenos Psycho outmatched. Kill that foe, lest it summon aid. Changing magazine.
Dude, this feels way better. Like, just straight up. Just way, way better.
Talasa, we have lost contact with Heraton. And Octavio is pinned down.
Specs deep scan ready.
Stabilize the
Did you blow this one for damage or headshots, FTG? I mean, it's definitely headshots. I mean, damage is always
Reactor
path on this
chambers
one.
within reach.
I mean, unless you're talking like, did I choose tactical precision? Because of course, the damage on the Melta hardly matters on this weapon. It's not very good. More of like a utility tool for like horde clear. So building for like all headshots and then into some of the damage perks, I think is just the best way to go.
Listen on all specs. Thought you could hide from the start. Got it. The Xenos butchered scores of the ship's servitors.
Attention. Authorized personnel.
Alright, so we got here. I think block is amazing for the armor regen, especially on classes which don't get armor on guns twice. I mean, it's amazing for the armor regen, the range damage reduction, the stagger. That's a lot of shit.
But only clade principal saboteurs have entry authorization.
The scanner requires the clade principles
But this weapon is very good, though. Very strong weapon.
Anyone find the clade principle?
all specs ready to scan. You are fertilizer now, Xenos.
Alright, let's grab this.
Are there some remains we missed?
Where is the next body? Show me the corpse. Over here. I thought that new power fist. Hopefully they change that one too. That is another one that should be changed.
Ammunition cache here.
What's the new patch come out? The 25th.
Tyranny burning and pumping. Servitor ocular access acquired.
Alright, let's go do this. Good.
Commencing all space scan.
Ocular biometrics confirmed. Maintenance grade Delta Mu 2839. Access granted.
Servitor ocular access acquired. Another Xenos fireform eliminated. We broke the Xenos onslaught.
Man, this is actually pretty good for horde control. This one's actually really good in this map because they're so tight.
Changing magazine.
Alright. Let's just go on over.
Subterranean Xenos below.
Now this next boss fight, when the patch drops, this shit better be goated. If this boss fight sucks, we're actually cooked.
Steam injection administered. Prospect counter zone throat.
Bang.
The stench is sickening, but the beast is dead.
Are we getting PvE Chaos Operation customization with the new patch? That'll never come to this game. So that will never ever come to Space Marine 2 unless Games Workshop says so, and they said no, so they're unlikely to change their mind.
Spec suggests major organisms ahead.
I'll probably talk about that at some point, but sadly, no.
Twin primes.
Perfect. So that's the buffed Combi Melta. That thing is pretty damn good, guys. Not gonna lie. It's a strong weapon. Not like godly by any means, but 50,000 damage. That's even without the boss. Pretty good. A lot of range damage.